Hey guys, thank you for joining me for this yin yoga practice. All you will need for this practice is a mat and nothing else. Although, if you would like to bring more props into your practice, you are more than welcome to. We're going to start at the foot of our mat with a nice toe stretch. So, bring your bottom to your heels, relax your hands on your thighs, and just breathe into this toe stretch. We're going to hold it for about 30 seconds here. So power through. Beautiful. We're going to move into tabletop position. So your shoulders over your wrist, your hips over your knees. You can untuck the toes. And we're going to begin with some hip circles, just getting some motion and movement in our hips, in our shoulders, really beginning to open up our bodies, just in case we haven't gotten much movement in today. And reverse your hip circles in the other direction. Good. Coming back to tabletop, take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, draw your belly in, round your spine upward for cat pose. Exhale, belly draws down for a cow pose. Inhale, cat pose, and continue with your breath, cow pose. Once more, cat pose, spine is rounding upward, and exhale your belly down. Moving into melting heart pose, extend your arms in front of you and melt your chest to the floor. All right, gently pull your arms in and bring your bottom towards the floor. Pull your knees a little bit farther apart for a wild child pose. And once again, bring your chest to the floor. Extend those arms once more. Now, if you find that your arms are getting tired of being fully extended like this, maybe try extending only one hand at a time. So maybe bring your right arm in and rest your right hand underneath your head. And then maybe switch arms, extending your right and bringing your left arm in. or maybe bring both arms in for a little rest. Gently press up into a semi-sphinx pose with your arms. So prop yourself up onto your forearms here. Find your breath and press all the way up. Prop yourself back onto your knees and come forward into a sphinx pose. So we are lying on our belly, but prop your upper torso up on your forearms. Keep your head and neck lifted and keep your shoulders down. So you don't want them slumped up near your ears. From your Sphinx pose, bring your hands outward just a little bit towards the edges of your mat and lift up into a seal pose by fully extending your arms. Again, head and neck stay lifted, shoulders stay down. All right, lower yourself completely onto the mat and frog leg your right leg out. Feel free to rest your head on your forearms and face the opposite direction, so to your left. Bring your right leg back in, taking your time here. We're going to find that pose on the other side. So frog leg your left leg out now and turn your head to the right. Bring your left leg back to center. Give yourself a minute for your hips to reset. Maybe wiggle your bottom a little bit and bring your hands near your chest. Press yourself up. And we're actually going to go into a full frog leg position. Now this pose can be a little intense. It's a very deep hip opener, so take your time with this, but you're going to gently lower yourself onto the mat by spreading your legs apart. Again, really take your time here. Gently walk your legs out. And once you feel settled in your hips, see if you can bring your forearms to the ground again. Check your foot placement here to make sure that your feet are in the same plane and your legs are lined up pretty even, and find your breath. Really tune into your breath, because again, this is an intense pose. If you have to support your body with blocks or pillows, feel free to pause the video and grab those now, just so you don't go too deeply into this pose and cause pain. All right, we're going to gently ease out of this frog pose. I don't think that there is a really graceful way to do this, but to just take your time. Walk your hands in a little bit, shift your pelvis forward enough to begin to get your feet and your legs pulled in behind you. And gently come up to rest on your knees, pausing here if you have to. Take your time and come into a seated position. You can settle into a hero's pose like I have, but if this does not agree with your knees, you can sit however is comfortable for you. But I want you to begin to find stillness here. So this is optional, but it's always nice to show yourself a little love by bringing your feet in front of you and giving yourself a nice little foot massage. I think that we deserve foot massages by other people, by ourselves. But just give yourself a little treat right now and just kind of rub any parts of your body that feel a little tense, feel a little stiff. Maybe do some neck rolls or shoulder rolls or side stretches if you feel like any part of your body needs a little attention right now. And then let's draw our knees into our chest and give ourselves a nice embrace. Just a nice tight hug, allowing our chin to fall into our knees and just allowing ourselves to be for another moment before we end our practice. All right, that is it for today. Thank you so much for joining me for this yin yoga practice. Have an amazing day, afternoon, evening, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.